I heard Gordon Brown, the former Prime Minister and Chancellor of the Exchequer, being interviewed. He was asked to compare the present global crisis with the financial crisis of 2007. The comparisons were, as you would expect to find, quite numerous. Stock market crashes, a run on the pound, a crisis in business confidence. But the differences were more striking and perhaps more disturbing. In the financial crisis of 2007, the world pulled together. All the major political players cooperated closely and worked together, unlike what has gone on during the present pandemic, where there has been much finger-pointing, threats exchanged, and accusations and counter-accusations made. There's been a marked disunity and lack of common purpose. At a time when the world should have come together, many politicians have looked to their own political advantage and gain rather than the common good of humanity. To those who wrote the scriptures, such divisions would not have come as any surprise, for they presumed the fragility and brokenness of our human relationships, a flaw explained in the Old Testament by the story of the Tower of Babel, which has become a metaphor for the division of the human family. At Pentecost, one of the principal actions of the Holy Spirit is to overcome the chaos of Babel and bring about unity. And we see that most clearly in the mysterious gift of tongues the apostles received, the gift to speak and be understood by all who heard them. For the Holy Spirit allowed the apostles to overcome every barrier of culture, language, and creed, so that all those who heard understood as if their own native language was spoken. The Holy Spirit at Pentecost clearly reunited the human family. And that unity of the human family is the first mark of the church. In the Creed, our profession of faith, we proclaim that the church is one, holy, Catholic, and apostolic. The word Catholic itself means universal, and the first characteristic of the church is her unity, that she is one. And this means that the church must always be a unifying influence in the world, breaking down barriers of race and prejudice, bigotry and intolerance. The task of the church, our task through the inspiration of the Holy Spirit, is to promote unity and solidarity in the world, to promote the rights and dignity of every person, to be an advocate of justice and peace among all nations and all peoples. Because it's so easy to characterize peoples and countries in distinction to ourselves, to assert, as many opportunistic politicians do, that they are different and alien from us, a threat to our safety and well-being. And often those politicians tout lies and half-truths, as we have seen in this pandemic, with many fanciful and outlandish theories given, calling it the China virus, claiming its origins lie in laboratories, besmirching the reputation of the WHO. When we choose to see only the differences between ourselves and peddle lies and disunity. We drive a wedge deep into the heart of the human family, sowing discord and distrust among God's children. But the Holy Spirit will not have that. He is the great unifier and reconciler, the breath of God who breathes new life into our broken world, the fire of divine love, healing and restoring, who speaks the truth that we are all children of God without exception, united in bonds of love and of care for one another. During these weeks of lockdown and uncertainty, a new spirit has surely walked our streets and roads, a spirit of concern, love and care, a spirit of service and kindness, of generosity and of simple goodness. As so many of us have cared and reached out to look after neighbours who are vulnerable and needy in our own neighbourhoods and communities. Surely in this we see God's Holy Spirit at work, for he has come to renew the face of the earth. He has come to restore the unity and love of God's family.